The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for a suspect after an ICE raid turned violent. The reward is for this man, who they say fired at federal agents during an immigration raid on a California farm. This comes after shooting incidents at 2 DHS facilities in Texas in recent days.
A few moments later,
the gunman opens fire at an ICE facility in Dallas. At least one person is dead, according to police, and we are live with the very latest.
and here we
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks, because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. So I had to come on because it was breaking news this morning that there was a sniper in Dallas. The sniper was at an ICE facility, so you already know it's involving immigration somehow. I want to go ahead and get right into this story. Watch.
Breaking news.
And we begin with the breaking news. A gunman opens fire at an ICE facility in Dallas, killing at least one person and wounding 2 others. Law enforcement officials tell CNN that at least 2 detainees were shot. According to the deputy director of ICE, no ICE officers were injured and the shooter is deceased. We are told ICE employees, civilians, and immigrant detainees are among those at that facility. We are awaiting a news conference any moment, and of course, we'll bring that to you as soon as it starts. But let's go straight to CNN's Priscilla Alvarez. Priscilla, what is the latest?
Well, Pamela, we're still gathering details as to what exactly unfolded here, but we are learning more from the Dallas police, which moments ago said what transpired this morning in a post on X. Let me read some of that to you. They said that they responded at about 6:40 a.m. to an assist officer call at this facility. They went on to say that the preliminary investigation determined that a suspect opened fire at a government building from an adjacent building, and went on to say that 2 people were transported to the hospital with gunshot wounds, as you mentioned, one of whom died at the scene, and that the suspect is deceased. Now, the acting ICE director, Todd Lyons, on our air this morning, saying that the suspect was dead from a self-inflicted wound. But what we do know from Homeland Security officials is that no ICE agents were shot or hurt during this incident. That's what they have said so far. But they are also highlighting that there have been increased assaults, attacks, and threats on ICE personnel. In fact, this particular facility was the target of a bomb threat in late August. So the Department of Homeland Security similarly saying that they do not have yet a motive for this shooter, but they are tying this as well to what they have seen across the country, which is this increase in attacks toward ICE personnel. Take a listen to what the acting ICE director had to say about that this morning.
never seen threats on law enforcement, specifically ICE, increase the way it is. You know, we're up over 1,000% assaults on officers right now. And really just a lot of the talk that's out there, a lot of the rhetoric is just the violence directed towards law enforcement officers just trying to do their job. And we just keep seeing an increase.
And that gentleman is absolutely correct. We just saw 2 months ago that someone took out a gun at an ICE raid, okay, in California. So yes, everything has been escalated. Now, of course, according to Ratchet Crockett, right wing or conservatives are the reason for all of the violence that's happening right now in this country, which is absolutely false, okay? It's absolutely false. We are at a time period where politicians won't call certain things out. ICE agents have a right to go and do their jobs. ICE agents have a right to get people out of this country that are here illegally, okay? But yet the left won't call it out. Democrats will not call this out. They have sanctuary cities and they don't allow for ICE and other federal agents to come in and do their immigration jobs. And thus you get people that are so angry on the left, you know, and being paid, of course, to go out here and stop these people from doing their jobs and go out here and cause a mess. I don't know if the bullets are meant for the detainees or if the bullets are meant for the ICE agents. I don't know because we don't know a motive yet. However, this is wild because this is the America we are living in now, where politicians won't call out the nonsense that's happening with ICE agents on the ground, with federal agents and people who are just trying to do their job. All right, you guys, you just saw that. So let's go ahead and get into the press conference with the Dallas mayor. Here we go.
We're a country and a city that needs prayer.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you all to join me also in praying for this city, that we can come together at a time like this, and that we can be there for one another the way we always have in times like this, to support one another, to help us all get through this very difficult time, not just in our city, but in our country. And that's why I'd ask you to pray for our nation. There's a lot going on right now in our country. A lot of it's confusing. It's a scary time. I've got children. I've got 3 young children. And I'm here to tell you that it is challenging to explain to them what's going on in our country right now. But I said before, and I'll say it again, I believe in the power of prayer to change things. And it can change the hearts of people. It can change this country. It can change the city. So please pray for everyone who's affected by today's tragedy. I also want to say thank you to the Dallas Police Department, and say thank you to the Dallas Sheriff's Department, Dallas County Sheriff's Department, Texas Department of Public Safety, and all of our various federal law enforcement partners who acted so quickly today to make sure that today's tragedy wasn't worse than what it was. So on behalf of the city of Dallas, I want to say thank you to all of you. And you're going to hear from some of those folks later, but I want to let you know that we appreciate what you all do, not just today, but every day, to help keep us all safe.
Today at approximately 6:40 a.m., we received a assist the officer call. We responded to the call, got to the scene, and we later learned that we had 4 individuals that were shot, 2 of them deceased, including the shooter. The DPD was able to locate the shooter, who was deceased. We're going to be working this investigation shoulder to shoulder with our federal partners. The FBI is on scene, and right now I'm going to introduce you to the SAC of the Dallas Field Division, FBI Joe Rumrock.
Yeah, good morning. My name's Joe Rothrock. I'm the special agent in charge of the Dallas FBI Field Office. I want to first start by thanking our partners in local law enforcement, specifically the Dallas Police Department, for their quick and timely response. I can confirm at this time that the FBI is investigating this incident as an act of targeted violence. It is unfortunately just the most recent example we've seen of targeted violence, to include here in North Texas, where back on July 4th, we saw a coordinated attack carried out against an immigration detention center in Alvarado, Texas. What I can also share with you is that early evidence that we've seen from rounds that were found near the suspected shooter contain messages that are anti-ICE in nature. Again, this is just the most recent example of this type of attack. This will be a whole of government response. There will be no resource not utilized to bring all those individuals who are responsible to bring them to justice and to hold them accountable.
And there you have it, okay? They've already started to find things that are anti-ICE. Here is the lead FBI investigator saying they're already finding things that are anti-ICE. And we know where that's coming from. It's coming from the left, okay? The left, the Democrats, they have been spewing this nonsense against ICE, against arresting illegal immigrants, and against the whole process that's supposed to happen in the United States, okay? You're supposed to come here legally. Why is this a big matter? Why is this a big thing? Okay. It wasn't until Donald Trump started to do it. The left wasn't upset. They say Barack Obama, oh, he did due process. No, he didn't. If you go and actually look at the ACLU, they accuse him of not doing it the proper way. So again, to get people out, you have to deport them. Okay. We cannot tie up the court system. However, the left doesn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear it when it was under Barack Obama with the ACLU. It just didn't get that much coverage like it's getting with Donald Trump. All right, you guys saw all of that. So here are my thoughts. Let's pour it up. This is what we're dealing with, okay? And I can't wait to see how the news media, yes, the liberal news media is going to spin this, okay? Because there were 2 detainees that were shot, I'm sure they're going to try to say, well, maybe this person could be on the right because, you know, the 2 detainees that were shot. Meanwhile, the lead FBI investigator already says they've already found anti-ICE rounds and other things like that. So we already know what's going on here, okay? But we do need more information before we continue to go down a certain path. However, you can see exactly where this is leading, okay? And it's because the temperature is up right now, okay? You have the death of Charlie Kirk, okay, from a left-wing nut. You have Donald Trump being shot at. Then you had an attempted assassination, and That was another left-wing nut, okay? You have the left going nuts, okay? You had them out in California shooting at ICE just 2 months ago. And the same Dallas ICE facility here has been a target of multiple threats already. Okay, I just want a safe America. Everybody wants a safe America. But with Democrats and the left and the liberal media all in cahoots with what's happening with illegal immigration and with Tom Homan trying to do the right thing to get these people out of here, trying to do the right thing at these ICE facilities, you cannot win. America, we got to get it together right now. You guys get down in the comments, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this news just coming out this morning that Dallas has a sniper on the roof shooting at apparently the ICE agents, but end up hitting 2 detainees and people are deceased. You can't make this stuff up. This is the America that we're living in now. You can't even enforce the laws. You guys get down in the comments, like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl, Mika, and I'm out. Peace.
Wake up.